Earlier this month, Fresno Mayor-elect Jerry Dyer created the Give Help Now Fund. The month-long campaign asked people to donate money benefiting local nonprofits. 5 business leaders have promised to match up to $500,000, and we spoke to the man behind the movement to find out how much the community has raised so far. And here now with an update on the Give Help Now Fund, we have Fresno Mayor-elect and former Fresno Police Chief Jerry Dyer. Thank you so much for joining us. We sure appreciate your time today.
Yeah.
Initially, when you launched this fundraising effort, about a month or so ago, you were hoping to get $500,000 from the community, which would be matched. What is the update? I think you've had a pretty good response to this.
We have had an incredible response, Stephanie. It's amazing the generosity of this community, but we still have about 9 days left in the campaign, and we've raised $492,500 of the $500,000, and about $450,000 of those dollars will be matched. And so we're going to go over the $1 million mark. We're going to run it until May 2nd. And then we'll make distribution of those funds. But over 800 people have contributed at this point. And the good news is that as we started, we maxed out, or we anticipated maxing out 4 organizations, and we did. The Marjorie Mason Center, Poverello House, Fresno Rescue Mission, and the Community Food Bank will all be receiving checks for $200,000 each as a result of this campaign.
That is fantastic. So has the money been distributed yet, or will it be distributed in increments? How will these much deserving organizations receive this much needed fund?
Once the campaign is over May 2nd, we'll make a distribution of those checks to all of the nonprofits, those 4 major organizations, as well as some other ones, Catholic Charities. I know that St. Rest Church, as well as Valley Dream Center, received some funding, and a handful of others. So we'll be distributing those funds to each of them, but it'll probably be the first week of May.
So you've had 800 people or 800 groups. I'm sure some of it has come from groups that have responded to this. Are these large chunks of money that have come in, or have you received some from individuals? I'm curious what the breakdown is on that response.
Well, the breakdown, the average donation of the 800 has been about $550 each. So as you can see, there's been a lot of people that have contributed to the campaign. There have been some organizations that have given large donations, but for the most part, we've had people that are giving, some of them $100, $200, but the average donation is about $550 at this point.
That's fantastic to hear. And as far as the organizations that are going to be the beneficiaries of this, how were those determinations made as to who would be receiving what?
Well, we actually left that up to the donors. So anyone who went on our Give Help Now website could designate the charity of their choice. So it could be one of those 4 that were listed, the Marjorie Mason Center, POV, Food Bank, or the Rescue Mission, or it could be one that they designated, as long as they met the criteria that we established under the initial campaign. And that was, if they were providing food and or shelter or services to individuals as a result of COVID-19, that they would be accepted. And so there's a number of them that have also been accepted in terms of their donations, and those dollars will be matched as well. So those are the ones that have been designated. We let the donors choose who they wanted to give the money to.
Well, I want to ask you also now, as mayor-elect, I'm sure you're keeping a close watch on how this pandemic is evolving in the city. Do you feel the city has received enough assistance from the state, from the federal government? What are your thoughts about how Fresno is handling this crisis?
Well, I think based on the uncertainty of the crisis, in terms of us never having crossed this in the past, I think Fresno's doing a great job working with the county. The dollars that have come in have primarily been for housing for the homeless population. We do anticipate additional funding coming in to offset some of the shortfalls. I can tell you from a budgetary standpoint, significant impact to our airports, as well as our fax transportation. Ridership is down. People are not flying as much. And so we're having a significant financial impact, and we're hoping that both the federal and state government at some point in time will assist us in being able to overcome that. But I do think that we've had a good working relationship with the county at this point, and the mayor's office and the council working together to provide whatever we possibly could. And then, I think what's most important is that the people in this community have come together, not just through Give Help Now, but a number of organizations come together to meet the need within our community. So it has been a community-wide effort, and I'm very, very proud of Fresno.
Yeah, Fresno always comes through. We have so many generous people here. Mayor-elect Jerry Dyer, thank you so much for your time today. We sure appreciate it.
Thank you, Stephanie. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.